Hello and welcome to the Astroflower Aura readings. Just to sort of go through basically what we do on these readings. I'm an energy healer. I've been an energy healer for sort of 30 years. I've seen over 20,000 people and I see energy fields around everything. And I've been seeing them for a very long time, so 30 odd years. It's been the main course of my study basically throughout my life. What we're going to be doing today, we're going to be looking at the effects of what the earth energy, the vibration, or the universal vibration if you like, and how it affects each individual sign within your chakras and your aura. And this will give you a heads up on your weekly readings, your monthly readings, and etc. This is not a personal sort of thing, so I can read people's chakras and auras at distance, it's not a problem, but this is obviously a general video, and this is where we're just going to be going into general sort of connections that different signs have, because different signs work on different types of energy. And that's to do with the element system which we can find within the Astroflower. So so what we're going to do here is we're going to go through the chakras, and I'm going to pick out the ones that are affecting you as your sign the most, and see if there's anything that we can pick up in the aura as well. And just to sort of differentiate, the chakras are like the electrical cables of your energy that's going pulsating through your body, like it's energy lines or ley lines that pulsate through the vibration of the earth. We get the same thing on all the planets as much as we do on the solar system, the sun as well. So that's like the cables, the electrical cables where the current is really going through it. And that electrical cables create a magnetic field, which we would call your aura. We can also say the magnetic field of the earth and the magnetic field of the sun and other planets, and etc. So there is a difference between the two. And auras are a lot slower than the chakras. Chakras are a lot faster. I'll be honest with you, I can't see chakras per se. I can see what effect it's having on the magnetic field, a little bit like a boat that goes through water, and the boat is long gone, but you can see the wake from the boat afterwards. So I see the knock-on effect of the chakras rather than the actual chakras itself. Be interesting to see them in the future. Maybe if the vibration of the earth picks up even more, things may well be possible in that sort of sense. So it's just a sort of difference between the two. The aura is a lot slower. It takes a lot more to change auras. Chakras change a lot quicker. And that is what I would call the harmonics, or the harmony, or the vibration of your energy. The chakras would be more of a case of like the watts, or the energy, the watts or the kilowatts or the volts that are flying through that chakra at any given point. I will say one other thing on energy before we start. You can never have less than 100% of energy. You're never missing it. You've never got too much. It's just the way in which you position your energy or distribute your energy through your body, which can give you the sensation that you're missing energy, and other times when you have excess amount of energies. So without further ado, let's just bring up our Astroflower man. There we go. Lovely. Okay, and we're just going to get into those readings. Aquarius, so let's get into your aura and your chakras. Thank you very much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Let's just see what the overall energy is for you. That's very nice. Okay, so just let me get that back there. Yeah, okay. The overall energy. I think it's all to do with the heart, really, but more than anything else. And I think it's to do with your heart. Not necessarily, it could be to do with your relationships that are around you and stuff like that, but it's definitely, it's like your heart has decided something and it seems like it's gone from realization to enactment. That's what it seems to be, and that you're enacting what you are in tune with in your heart. This is a square-like energy, so it very fits in with a fixed sign, and it's defined and not going anywhere. It's like kind of going, this is how it is, and it's going to be fun. But it is also very light and enjoyable, very engaging with your heart, with the world around you, which is really nice. Absolutely lovely energy going through there. But the rest of it is really quite well defined, very smooth, very clear at the moment. And I've got to say, your weekly reading on the Astroflower was much. I had major complications with the recording scenario. I hope it's all going well this time. But I had a lot of complications with the recording scenario, and so the actual images are not the best. I do apologise, but you did have a really good reading. You had the best reading out of all of the signs, without shadow of that doubt, because it is a moment of reflection, and we've got a lot of signs in retrograde, as I've been saying, and that is causing that moment of pause, that moment of reflection, and it's almost as if like you're reflecting as you do. So it's a real sort of real-time reflection, and you're converting it very quickly. It's a very productive, very resourceful sort of energy that you've got going on at the moment. Let's just see what's going on in your root chakra. It's wide in a certain area. So the root chakras are like two vortexes. So your vortex goes down like that and then goes really, really wide and then goes down into small again. So it's like it's got these two like discs on it. And that is like, if you imagine, it's like an anchor that's kind of going, and it's really anchoring you into place within your life. Doesn't necessarily mean it's anchoring you that you don't move anywhere, you're not leaving the house or anything like that, but you're really grounded in what you're living, and in a really logical, common sense way. It's absolutely beautiful, really nice to see. So that's going to be feeding and giving you the great possibility, a bit like a tree on the, you get the tree that the trunk comes down to the surface and then the roots go out. It's a little bit like that, and then you've got that one tap root that goes down. So yeah, it allows you to really sort of like feed your dreams and your aspirations. Let's just have a look what's going on in your sacrum. It's nicely in balance. It's nicely in balance. Compared with the rest of the world, it's very well in balance. There is a little bit more, I would say, on the administration side, and I think that's because you're applying things in life, putting things into action. And this could be as much as within your home life, as much as within your work life as well. On both sides of your life, but you are really being attentive to the finer details of putting things into place and making sure that they work. By the way, by the looks of it, really, really good sort of energy there. Really, really nice. Let's just see what's going on in your solar plexus. This is where it's carefree. This is where that whole sort of thing, that realization around the heart that I was talking about. So your solar plexus is really nice, really beautiful, 45 degrees, and opens up really gently at the top. So you're putting your energy into a lot of things, but without putting any hard, defined result on things. You're being very determined about your job or your career path, and you're being determined about how how your house or your home is put into action. But at the same time, there's a very forgiving energy here. It ties in beautifully with that energy update that I did and that solar flare reading that I did on this channel, but the energy update I did in Cymatic TV, which you can find a link to in the description. I will also be doing videos on the power of manifestation and the law of attraction and seeing it as it is, because sometimes you can put out a lot of positivity in the world, but you get a lot of negative back. Why is that? We'll be going into that sort of thing on Cymatic TV, so you might want to get over there and join us over on that channel as well. And there was this energy that's coming through at the moment that was talking about this forgiveness as well. And you have that within your solar plexus. So you have this sort of determination that is really there, very, very solid determination going forward, but without having a judgmental sort of interaction with other people that are around you. So it makes things a lot lighter and fluffier. Okay, let's just see. This is it. Okay, so we got your heart chakra here. So your heart chakra is like, that's the front, oh, that's the back, that's the front, and they interact with one another, and the petals go like that. You know, solar plexus is like that, and the petals go like that. But this is like the heart chakra, it goes like that. So it's not like that. I'm just having a look at my hands, actually. That's quite funny. Yeah. So it's like that. And what you got here is normally, yeah, you have it a lot wider at the front, and it tapers off at the back, almost like the cone of a comet. But out the front of your heart, it really does build up into a it's not like a spear, because it's not focused on one thing. It's more like a snowplow. It's more a case of creating, or plowing through that snow and opening up that pathway for people to come down, or for you to go down. Opening up a big pathway. It could be a karmic path for you to go down, but you're just defining your path according to your heart, and that's what gives it that lovely light and free energy that you appear to be running through you at the moment. And it will bring you success, that attitude. It will bring you a lot of success, I think. So it's absolutely beautiful. Let's just have a look what's going on in your third eye and your throat chakra. It's a little bit more imbalanced than what is in the sacrum, because sacrum and the third eye and throat, they tend to work together. The third eye and the throat chakra are the same chakra. They're not two individual chakras. Basically, you got, that's your third eye. It comes down there like that, then goes round like that and comes out, and that's your throat chakra. So that's the front and that's the back, or that's the front and that's the back, depending on how you see it. So it's like a U bend in a way. So it's the same chakra, and they sort of tend to work in tandem, and they are working in tandem. But there is a little bit more discrepancy between the throat and the third eye. There's a lot of mental agility, and this is where I think is where you're working things out as you go along in real time. You're assessing things and putting them into action straight away. And this is a really good energy for you at the moment. It's going to make you feel very vibrant, very go get it sort of energy, happy-go-lucky as well at the same time. Absolutely beautiful. I would be very conscious of your intuition and your inner vision and follow it, basically. Let's see what's going on in your crown chakra. You're living this new consciousness. I think there's a switch moment that's been happening in you, in your consciousness, and you've switched over to this new paradigm within you, within your year. You're in your summer period, so this is very true to that as well. We get that usually within our summer period, in the opposite sign to what we're living. So that really come to fruition within Scorpio, but we're heading towards that sort of direction. No, it came to fruition, sorry, within Leo. Do apologise. Within Leo, so you're coming into, you're fully into that, and you've made that switch over already. And your consciousness, or your crown chakra, is a little bit like the motherboard on the computer. It deals with everything, and it's large, it's beautiful, it's it goes out quite nice. It's a real beautiful shape. And the thing is that the petals at the top are really well defined. Sometimes they can be frilly, sometimes they can be, they can flop over like that. If they're like that, the crown chakra, it can flop over like that. But no, yours are really well defined, and I think it's because you're enacting this new consciousness within you. Absolutely beautiful energy at the moment for you, Aquarius. Let's just go in here and let's just see if we can get here. Yeah, I think this is what you've realized in life, what you know, or what your consciousness within you, what feels right for you, what works for you, enact it. And stick to it, basically. And you are sort of saying, I know this, therefore this will happen like that. Beautiful energy. Okay. I will see you over at Cymatic TV for that energy update and all of those sort of things. I will also see you for your weekly reading on this channel, the tarot reading that I do on this channel. It'd be beautiful to see you there for that as well. Yes. In the meantime, thank you very much for being here. I hope you get the best out of these readings. I really do. All that's left for me to say is don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.